Power is never given freely. It is borrowed, and it can be taken back without warning. Inside the Ottoman palace, survival was not a skill, it was a cost. By the time Hürrem survived her first days, she had already done something dangerous. She had been noticed. And in the palace, being noticed meant one thing. You were no longer invisible, you were marked. The Ottoman palace was not a home. It was a battlefield without weapons. Here, silence was language. A glance was a warning. A smile could be a decision. When Hurrem began to rise, the palace did not celebrate. It adjusted. Corridors became quieter when she passed. Whispers became shorter. Eyes looked away too fast. Because in an empire built on hierarchy, a woman who learned the rules too quickly was never welcomed. And the palace had a system, not written, not spoken, but understood by everyone. If one woman moved closer to power, another woman moved away from it. And people who were pushed back did not accept it quietly. They watched, they waited, they remembered. Sultan Suleiman ruled half the known world, but even emperors are human. He was surrounded by men who agreed with him, servants who obeyed him, advisors who feared him. Inside that world, Hurrem did something rare. She did not beg for attention. She listened. She learned the rhythm of the palace, when doors opened, when guards changed, when silence meant safety, and when it meant danger. And when she spoke, she did not perform. She chose timing. Suleiman noticed her mind before her beauty. Because beauty was common in the harem, but intelligence was not. In the palace, attention was power, but attention also created enemies, because every look from the Sultan was a shadow over someone else, and shadows in the palace grew into plans. The harem was not ruled by emotions, it was ruled by fear. Every woman knew one truth. Only one could remain close to power. Not because the others were weak, because the system demanded it. Hürrem's presence changed the future of everyone around her. And when futures are threatened, alliances are formed. Not with declarations, with gestures. A gift placed carefully. A servant bribed quietly. A rumor released at the perfect time. Smiles hid intentions. Compliments carried warnings. The palace began to divide. Some looked at Hürrem and saw protection. Others looked at her and saw a threat that had to be removed. And the most dangerous enemy was not the one who shouted. It was the one who stayed calm. Because calm meant planning. Power inside the palace was fragile. One mistake could erase everything. Not punish, erase. Hürrem understood this better than anyone, so she did not rush. She did not challenge openly. She did not demand the spotlight. She waited. While others spoke, she listened. While others reacted, she calculated. She learned the palace like a map, not of rooms, but of people. Who wanted what? Who feared who? Who smiled too easily? Her strategy was simple. She didn't fight loud. She fought quiet. She didn't chase power. She positioned herself near it. And she didn't trust smiles. She trusted timing. Survival was no longer enough. Now, she needed control. Not control of the Sultan, control of the space around him. Because whoever controlled the space controlled the future. Power always demands a price. And inside the Ottoman palace, the price was never small. Every step forward meant someone else stepped back. Every gain created a loss for another. And loss in the palace did not stay quiet for long. Hurrem was no longer just surviving. She was changing the rules. Because the palace expected women to be temporary, replaceable, but Hurrem was becoming something else. A presence, a calculation, a problem. And once you become a problem in the palace responds. Not with confrontation, with elimination. And that is when fear becomes real. Not the fear of losing comfort, but the fear of disappearing. One night, one accusation, one perfectly timed lie, and no one would speak your name again. But power does not end conflicts, it creates them. As Hürrem's influence grew, so did the fear around her. And the one person who had the most to lose was not in the Harem. In the shadows of the empire, a prince was watching. A prince who believed the throne was already his. Part 3 reveals the conflict that would shake the dynasty. If you want Part 3, stay with the series.